What is going on? Welcome to the Risen Fallen podcast. I'm your host, Mark Hendrickson, and this is the podcast where you can hear open and authentic conversations about things like mental health and self-development, things that'll help you get back on track in your life and get you moving in a direction that you feel good about, feeling like you're moving in the right direction, or sometimes just getting by. Sometimes it's not going to be a good day, but hopefully it is a good day. Happy fucking Thursday. It's the Friday to Friday, baby. Happy Thursday, baby. Welcome to Thursday. Hope you're doing well. If you're listening to this in the morning, I hope you have a good day. If you're listening to this in the afternoon, I hope the day's going well. If you're listening to this in the evening, I hope your day went well. Like I said, it's not always a good day, so if it wasn't a good day, I hope you're having a better day tomorrow. Maybe you can sit down and reflect like I was talking about in the last episode and just kind of reflect on what made it, not so great of a day and how you can make tomorrow a better day. Today I just wanted to come on here. I am most of the way through 75 hard. Today is day 57. By the time this is airing, it'll probably be day 60 something, in the early 60s. Pounding through 75 hard. Waking up early still, doing my morning cardio, going to work, coming home, working out. Today I meal prepped, did some laundry, and now I'm sitting down to record. And I threw a thing up on my Instagram yesterday, and I basically said, whatever you reply to this, I'm going to throw on my next podcast episode, and that's what we're going to do today. Consider this like a radio station where you can call in and give me some topics to chat about, and then I'm going to fucking sit down and chat about them, except it's kind of cooler than a radio station because I can say whatever I want, and I don't have Pfizer sponsoring this, so I don't have to worry about that. So, let's get into it. So I got one reply that said, you should have your girlfriend on. She's super smart and funny, which is funny because someone actually DM'd me today saying that my girlfriend was super funny because she posted something. I shared it to my story. It was about guns and it was pretty dope. So maybe I should have my girlfriend on here soon. We could sit down since we live together now. We just moved into this place. We're not 100% moved in, so things are a little bit hectic here because we're still trying to get everything unpacked and everything in order. We still got boxes kind of sitting here in the living room. But I just finished washing all of my clothes, and she was folding them for me today, so I'm going to get that all packed away, and then all my clothes are unpacked, which is pretty sick. I've been living in one pair of shoes this entire week because I haven't unpacked my shoes. They're literally just sitting in the main entranceway, so that's something that I should do as well because, like I said, I've been wearing the same pair of shoes every single day. I'm living in one pair of shoes right now, and they're pretty uncomfortable, to be honest. Another response that I got was, make sure all you people keep it real out there. None of that fake bullshit. Much love. And that's from Judah. And he keeps it pretty real. I had Judah on the podcast before. Wanted to share that was from Judah because I'm trying to get Judah back on the podcast right now. So if you're friends with Judah, if you know Judah, if you like Judah, reach out to Judah on Instagram and say, go back on the Risen Fallen podcast because we need you, bro. Because we do. We need people like him. I like his attitude. I like his message. I like his energy. He just posted some dope ink that he got today. It was like the Terminator, so that's pretty sick as well. If you guys like the Terminator movies, if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's pretty sick. Let me see here. Another response that I got was the practice of stoicism. And stoicism, obviously it's something that interests me quite a bit. You guys have heard me talk about it before. If you haven't, it's something that I've read quite a bit about. In the last few years, I got into it because I started following Ryan Holiday on YouTube. So shout outs to Ryan Holiday, even though he's never going to hear this or see this. But I got into Stoicism because of him and started reading a lot more other books about Stoicism. And Stoicism has become, a pretty big impact in my life in the way that I think about things, the way that I, from a lot of things. I feel like Stoicism gets like a lot of misconception about it because I got a message the other day actually from another person that follows the podcast, and he was like, I'm going to start practicing Stoicism. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, I'm not going to show any emotion, and I'm not going to fucking react to things, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, bro, that's such a big misconception about Stoicism. Like, Stoicism has not got anything to do with not showing any emotion. That's not to do with the philosophy of Stoicism whatsoever. Like, the study of the philosophy or the study of Stoicism, it understands that we're all going to have emotions. We're all going to feel different things. And that's 100% normal. That's 100%, that's inevitable. There's no way to avoid feeling your emotions. In fact, you need to feel your emotions. You need to come to terms with reality, and you need to address them. What Stoicism talks about is actually not letting your emotions dictate your behaviors and dictate your reactions, to be able to step outside yourself and view yourself as a part of this world. Stoicism talks a lot about, not judging others and seeing yourself in others, being strict with yourself and tolerant of others, and doing things that you don't really want to do. There's lots of different things that I really love about meditations, like Marcus Aurelius. One of my favorite things about that book, he talks about in book 5, which is basically chapter 5 of that book. He talks about waking up early and not wanting to get up, and not even having to get up early, because he's like, I could just stay in bed and I could just lay in these warm, nice, cozy sheets. But is that what I'm meant to do? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Do birds and bees wake up in the morning and think, oh, fuck, I have to go fly around and build a nest or pollinate some flowers and shit? Or do they just fucking wake up and do what they need to do? And that's that I feel like embodies what Stoicism, excuse me, I had to burp. I feel like that embodies what Stoicism really means to me, because if you look at my Instagram stories, especially while I'm doing 75 hard, I wake up, I have to go and do my early morning cardio before I leave for work, which I leave for work at 6. So if I want to make breakfast and eat breakfast, I got to be up, basically between 4 and 4:30 to get my morning cardio in. And every single day I wake up and I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to fucking do this. I want to hit snooze. I want to fucking relax. I want to sleep in. I was up late working last night. I was doing this and that. I was editing the podcast. I was fucking unpacking some shit. I was meal prepping. I'm thinking about what I'm going to be thinking about tomorrow, which is the other root thing of Stoicism, which is kind of not just reflecting on the past, which is very important. You do need to reflect on your day and you need to reflect on your week, but meditating on what could go wrong in the future so you can think about things that you can overcome, and think of the ways that you're going to overcome the challenges you're going to face within the next day, and just taking life day by day. And so another part that Marcus Aurelius talks about in Meditations is thinking about all the fucking people he's going to see throughout the day that piss him off, that irritate him, that kind of make him think like, man, fuck this idiot. He meditates on that before he goes out in the day. And so when he encounters these people, he's like, oh, this is one of those people that's going to piss me off. And then instead of just getting pissed off and losing your shit at that person, you're like, oh, this is one of those people. So I just stay calm, stay patient, and practice the tactics of, seeing myself in this person and understanding, trying to see where they're coming from and why they think the way they think, why they speak the way they speak, why they do the things they do, and just understanding that you're not going to agree with everything that everybody does or says or thinks. And that's completely normal. There's going to be, it's inevitable that you're going to come across these people. And so if you're going to live your life being mad or sad or upset or annoyed every time you come across them, and it's inevitable that you're going to come across them, then it's inevitable that you're going to feel those negative emotions. Or you could just think, oh yeah, this is just one of those people, and you can just fucking walk away from that situation. Another message that I got was about discipline versus motivation, and that is exactly what I've been thinking about recently. I spoke about this on a recent podcast episode, but I'll speak about it again because someone reached out and talked about it. But discipline versus motivation, that's something that I think about all the time. You know, motivation isn't just going to come and knock on your door every single day. It's not just going to wake you up every single day and say, all right, let's go, baby, let's do this. You know, motivation comes most of the time, you know, after you've done something awesome. So after you've finished a workout, you're like feeling motivated. You're like, fuck yeah, you've got the adrenaline pumping, you got the endorphins going, you got that, all that blood flow. You're like, fuck yeah, I'm feeling motivated. Maybe I'm going to eat a healthier meal now. You know, maybe it comes, like, motivation might come after you don't hit snooze. You wake up on that first alarm and you're like, all right, I'm up at fucking 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. You know, I've got a couple hours before work. Not many people wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and just fucking watch YouTube and Netflix and play video games or do anything else that's a complete waste of time. You know, most of the time, if you're getting up early at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you're going to feel motivated. You're going to drink a little cup of coffee and you're going to get after it. Those things don't take motivation. They produce motivation. The attribute that takes for you to do those difficult things in the first place is discipline. And discipline is the art or the skill of doing shit that's difficult, that's going to benefit you in the long run. When you don't want to do it, when you feel like you can't do it, when you have all the fucking excuses in the book, when you're not feeling well, you're running low on energy, you're fucking hungry, you're too tired, you fucking don't have enough time, whatever fucking excuse you can come up with right now, that's when you need discipline the most. That's when you need to exercise discipline. And you know, I've even heard people say, "Oh, that person's built differently, or you're built differently, or you know, this person's stronger than me, or has more energy than me, or whatever it could be." They're like, you know, and it's just because they practice discipline more often. And if you feel like discipline is something that you don't have or you weren't born with it, it just means you have to fucking develop it. It's not like any of us are born on any different fucking, you know, playing field when it comes to discipline. Nobody's born a disciplined person. Some people will have, you know, parents that instill it in them in a very early age, and some people have to go through hell and realize, fuck, I'm the only one that can save me right now, and then they have to develop discipline by doing difficult things. And that's pretty much the only way you can develop discipline is by doing things that take discipline. Andy Frisella talks about this all the time. It's a reoccurring theme in his podcast, which is, you know, one of the podcasts I listen to the most, which is why I'm doing the program 75 Hard in the first place. So maybe if you feel like you need more discipline, then fucking do that program and let me know how you feel after. I had another person reach out to me and they said, I choose my peace and my babies. And I was like, what? And then they sent me a voice message and they fucking explained exactly what they were talking about. And they were just saying that, you know, they've been putting other people, or they have toxic people in their life, or they have other things that become priorities. We get distracted by X, Y, and Z in our lives. And this person, she's taking, you know, her peace and, you know, her children, her little bundles of joy, her little pockets of love, and she's choosing that. She's choosing that over, you know, toxicity, whether it comes in the form of people or things or places or whatever it could be. And sometimes that's something that you got to do. Sometimes, you know, you set a boundary with people and they overstep that boundary a little bit. And then we're like, fuck, maybe I have to adjust my boundaries. And it's like, no, you just need to not fucking spend time with that person then. You know, if even if you're like kind of, if you feel like, you know, going to a certain place or going to a certain, hanging out with a certain person or doing a certain thing makes you spiral downwards in life, it's like, well, maybe you need to cut that fucking thing out, whether that's drinking or partying or eating fucking junk food, whether it fucks with the way you feel or, you know, changes the way you look in a negative way and you don't feel good about yourself when you look in the mirror, all these different types of things. And I don't know exactly what this person's situation is, so I can't really speak on that, but I'm saying, like, Sometimes you do need to choose your peace. You need to choose yourself. You need to choose your babies. You need to choose your fucking whatever brings you joy and happiness in life. And I'm not talking about that fucking instant gratification. I'm talking about that long-term, healthy, beneficial happiness in life. Now, I can't get through all of these things. So if you do have any other topics that you want to talk about or hear me talk about, or maybe come on the podcast and talk about, shoot me a fucking message and you'd be like, yo, you can shoot me a message on Instagram. You can send me a video. You can send me a voice message. You can send me a fucking long ass paragraph. You can send me a letter via carrier pigeon, and just let me know whatever topics you want to hear about on this podcast, and I'll fucking talk about them, because I feel like that's kind of the coolest way that I can bring you content that's relatable to you. Other than that, I'm just going to come on here and ramble off my random thoughts, and sometimes bring on some guests and have some fucking good conversations. But this person messaged me, load up the sub, we're going to find Atlantis. And I said, bro, you have no idea how down I am. You're speaking to my inner Graham Hancock and Jimmy Corsetti. And if you don't know who Graham Hancock is, he's got a lot of features on fucking Joe Rogan, and he's got his fucking Netflix documentary series basically on ancient apocalypse, talking about the Younger Dryas effect, talking about tons of different lost civilizations. And if you don't know who Jimmy Corsetti is, again, he's been on Joe Rogan before. He's got his YouTube channel, Bright Insight, which is fucking unreal. I'm like heavily addicted to that as well. And, yeah, dude, Atlantis, man. People hear Atlantis and they're like, yo, fuck that. That's like crazy talk. It sounds completely insane. But people said the same thing about Troy before it was discovered. And then it was like, oh, wait, this is exactly how Plato discovered it or described it. I think it was Plato. And he's the same guy that's fucking come out and described Atlantis. So it's like... obviously something happened 11.6 thousand roughly years ago when the Younger Dryas impact theory takes place. And, there was a lot of civilizations that were wiped off the face of the earth, a lot of landscapes that were changed drastically. Like, where the Nile River is used to be a massive rainforest. Like, there was so many... I think Africa at that point had like the biggest amount of lakes in the entire world. Don't quote me on that. Not a fucking scientist. So if you guys want to hear more about that, I recommend you listen to Jimmy Corsetti or Graham Hancock. But yeah, dude, Atlantis, man. I'd love to go to Atlantis. I'd love to just kind of maybe not go there, but just maybe think about going there. I'd love to just understand it more or think about it more. Just the idea of going in a submarine too. I don't know if anyone ever has been on a submarine. If you have, message me and we'll talk about it on the podcast, because that would be unreal. I feel like the bottom of the ocean is actually what we consider space to be to some degree, because I feel like everyone's like, yo, we got to go to Mars. Like Elon Musk is like, we got to go to Mars. And everyone's like, yo, we've been to the moon and we discovered it all in the fucking, short time that we were there as human beings. But I feel like, dude, the bottom of the ocean has way more secrets that we just kind of really don't understand. And I don't know if it's because we don't understand it, or it's maybe a secret, or it's maybe undiscoverable, or what. But, dude, there's got to be so many secrets at the bottom of the ocean. It's actually so mind-blowing when you think about it. Especially because most of this earth is covered in water at the moment. And... it's like, man, we don't even know what's on most of this earth, which is, it's mind-boggling for me. Because we don't even know what's on, like, most of the land. Like, I feel like I've only been to, maybe you've been in more countries than me, but I just feel like, dude, the bottom of the ocean's got to be nuts. And I wonder what kind of things Atlantis has to hide or offer, because I feel like there's so many things about, like, ancient civilizations, like in Egypt or in like South America or even in North America, or even like in the last few hundred years of history of Europe, like I feel like there's so many things that we're kind of like not told about, or, you know, kind of misinformed about in history. And then, like what kind of technologies they had, or what kind of things they spoke about or talked about, or what kind of issues they faced as everyday people. And then I think about places like Atlantis that were just wiped off the face of the earth, because I believe that it's a real place. And it's like, man, what kinds of things, what kind of secrets, you know, maybe they got, maybe they got so many different things. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what they could have. That's the thing, is we don't even know. We can't even comprehend it. But that's, I think that's pretty much it. Lost City of Atlantis, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about the Lost City of Atlantis? Do you guys think they've got like free energy down there? Do you guys think that they've got, you know, different species of people? Do you think that they've got like, different ways? I feel like, do these societies have different ways of like building things? And especially because I work in construction, I feel like, dude, it's like so many of these societies had different ways of building things that we couldn't even comprehend today, where it's like, man, I wonder how much simpler construction could be if we knew about their tactics of building. Like I was thinking that today when I was just like, I was digging footings, like concrete footings for, a renovation that I'm doing, and I was like just digging and then building the footing, and I was like, man, we have to like pour concrete, like I have to dig like a few feet into the ground, build a concrete form, pour concrete, you know. Before that happens, I have to tie off a bunch of rebar, you know, level it all out with like a fucking level, do a bunch of different things. And then it's like, man, I wonder like if they had better ways or faster ways or simpler ways of doing this in like Egypt, or like different eras of ancient civilizations. And I wonder, you know, if there's just a better way to do this, and if they figured that out thousands of years ago. And now I'm fucking sitting here with a hammer in my hand trying to fucking drive stakes into the ground like a fool. But that's what I was wondering today. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for jumping on here and supporting this. Obviously, I like to talk a lot more about mental health and self-development, but sometimes I just want to throw some feelers out there and see, and not the weird, creepy kind of feelers or anything, but like, you know, just see what you guys are interested in hearing about, interested in hearing my opinions on, or what you think about. Because I think that that's part of mental health, is being able to talk about the things that we think about when we think, you know, maybe I shouldn't be thinking about these things or talking about these things. I'll fucking break the stigma. I'll talk about whatever. So like I said, if you write me a little letter and send it over by carrier pigeon, or if you want to simplify it and just message me on Instagram, fucking let me know what you're interested in hearing about, and I'll come on here and talk about it. And I'll try not to swear as much next time. Damn it. I meant to not swear as much today, but I did. So maybe I should get a swear jar. Let me know if you guys think I should get a swear jar. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap it up here. Happy Thursday. Hope I took your mind off whatever bullshit you got to do today. And go kill your day. It's the Friday to Friday, baby. Go and kill it. I hope you're doing well. That's pretty much it. So go and have a good one. Hope you're doing well. Much love. Peace out, you beautiful human beings.